Australia's seafood capital is under threat. The industry fearing plans for a new desalination plant could spell disaster for marine life and livelihoods. SA Water says the proposed plant is aimed at shoring up water security for population growth. Well, Andrew Puglisi is the Executive Director of Eyre Peninsula Seafoods and he joins me live now. Andrew, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thanks very much for having me, Andrew. It's a real, really appreciative of you giving us the opportunity to tell us about what's going on over here in Port Lincoln.
We have seen that with Billy Light's Point being one of the options being considered for this plant, this has really angered the fishing and seafood industry there. Why, in your view, is this site the wrong choice?
The site that has been chosen is inside an enclosed bay, and there's a very low tidal flow, very low flushing of a bay. It's nice and calm in here, so the ability for the environment to mix the hypersaline water that comes out of the desal plant is not very good. It's quite reduced in what we would hope to have been able to have when the original site, which is out at Sleaford Bay, is an oceanic waves and swell area that would help mix that hypersaline water much better than our enclosed bay, where Australia's largest aquaculture industry is sited.
So what impact could this have on the seafood industry there, and particularly the mussels, the kingfish, tuna and everything that we Aussies like to enjoy at home?
The mussels are going to be most severely affected. The intake pipes for the desal plant will suck our juvenile mussels into the plant and that will kill them. The desal plant is sited right next to our major area of spat production or juvenile mussel production. And that's what we're really concerned about. This is one of the best areas in Australia or possibly the world to grow mussels, and this is going to greatly reduce that. The hypersaline water is associated with low dissolved oxygens, and then that will then in turn create other issues for the kingfish, tuna and the abalone aquaculture industries here. That low dissolved oxygen will kill the seagrass, and then it tends to bring on, it has been known to bring on toxic algal blooms. So once that toxic algae get really established here, that will shut down the tuna, the kingfish and the abalone. So it's a real issue for us here in the aquaculture industry.
We've seen it's not just yourself, there's oceanographers who have also said that this won't be the right sort of site to do it. What sort of response have you had from SA Water? Are they sort of taking these concerns on board at all?
Yeah, SA Water are really trying to play down the seriousness of this issue here for our aquaculture industry, and they're putting in a data collection of the tidal flows, the chlorophyll, the phytoplanktons and all that sort of stuff, and to get a base knowledge of what that is. It really does, it concerns us because they've proposed to do a 12-month study of this area, and with climate change, with seasonal differences, really that should be over a 4 or 5 year period. So they're proposing to build this plant in the near future, and they're not looking at other areas to actually take that on. They're not testing the water flows and all that in other areas. It's only in Boston Bay here. So we can really see that this is where they are proposing to put it, and they have no intentions of going somewhere else.
Yeah, and that decision is due in coming weeks. Andrew Puglisi, thanks for your time this afternoon.
Thanks very much for your time too.